Welcome to my channel. Here, it's all about reading the most wonderful fairy tales to you in a modern presentation. To make sure you don't miss anything, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. This way, you'll always be informed about new videos. Look forward to many exciting reading sessions. The Nutcracker and the Mouse King, a modern version. It was just before Christmas, and Clara was excited. Her family was getting ready for the annual Christmas party. The big Christmas tree stood in the living room, glittering and sparkling with colorful lights and shiny baubles. Clara could hardly wait to see all her friends and unwrap the presents. The guests streamed in, and the house was filled with laughter and cheerful voices. Suddenly, as Clara was unpacking a gift, she heard a strange rustling behind the sofa. Curiously, she looked over and to her surprise, she discovered a group of mice trying to nibble on the cookies. Clara was about to scream when a brave Nutcracker leapt out from the living room table and chased away the mice. "Thank you, Nutcracker!" Clara exclaimed with relief. The Nutcracker smiled and bowed politely before jumping back onto the table. The party continued, and Clara couldn't take her eyes off the Nutcracker. She wondered who had made him and what story lay behind him. As midnight struck and the party drew to a close, Clara heard the rustling of tiny feet again. This time, however, it was louder and more threatening. An army of mice marched into the living room, led by the fearsome Mouse King. The brave Nutcracker sprang into action once more to protect Clara and her family. But the mice were numerous and determined to defeat the Nutcracker. An epic battle ensued in the living room between the Nutcracker and the Mouse King. Clara wanted to help but didn't know how. Suddenly, her eyes fell on the Christmas tree. She grabbed a Nutcracker figurine and handed it to the brave little fighter. With a determined nod, the Nutcracker swung the figurine like a sword and defeated the Mouse King. The mice fled in panic, and the Nutcracker was celebrated as a hero. Clara smiled proudly and hugged the Nutcracker tightly. That night, while everyone slept, something magical happened. The Nutcracker began to transform. His wooden form came to life, and he invited Clara to join him on a journey to the land of sweets. Clara didn't hesitate for a moment and joyfully accepted the invitation. Together, they boarded the Christmas tree, which suddenly turned into a glittering sleigh pulled by flying candy canes. They flew through the night and finally landed in the land of sweets, a wondrous place full of gingerbread, candies, and chocolate. There, they were greeted by the sugar plum fairy and marzipan soldiers who prepared an unforgettable celebration for them. After a magical night, the Nutcracker safely brought Clara back home. When she woke up in the morning, the Nutcracker lay motionless on the living room table again, but Clara knew they had experienced a great adventure together. And so ended the story of the Nutcracker and the Mouse King, which Clara and her family would remember for a long time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any new fairy tales.